Hi, I'm Danielle. If you need to hear this, let me tell you something. Life has a way of peeling back the curtain, often in the most painful ways. That's how I finally saw the truth. Remember, presentation is everything, dear, Logan said one morning, adjusting my blazer with a little too much care. His hands lingered on my shoulders, firm and controlling. Mother thinks you should dress more conservatively for work. I brushed his hands away and forced a smile. I have a major client meeting today. I think I know how to dress for my own career. This was typical of our mornings in our polished suburban Boston home. From the outside, we were picture perfect, a successful couple with enviable careers, a beautiful house, and the admiration of everyone we knew. I was a marketing executive. Logan worked in finance, and together we were the golden couple. Or so it seemed. Over breakfast, I tried to keep the mood light. Your mother called again. She wants us to change our vacation plans to join them in Martha's Vineyard. Logan didn't hesitate. Then we'll go to Martha's Vineyard, he said, already dialing. Mother. Yes, we'd love to join you. That's how it always was. His parents dictated, and Logan obeyed. Frances, my best friend, saw the cracks long before I did. During one of our coffee meetups, she frowned at me, concerned. Your husband canceled dinner plans with me again because his mother wanted an impromptu family dinner. Danielle, this isn't normal. It's complicated, Frances. Family is everything to Logan. At work, even my mentor, Alex Torres, began to notice. Danielle, you've earned this project. Don't let anyone take it from you. But Logan had other plans, a female-led campaign. Mother thinks it's too aggressive. Maybe you should let Thompson handle it, he suggested one night, with a casual cruelty that left no room for argument. The breaking point came during one of those dreaded family dinners at the Barrett mansion. I was stuck in a critical meeting with our biggest client when the text started. Where are you? Mother is waiting. You're embarrassing me. You better have a good excuse. Each buzz made my hands shake. Finally, Logan's last message came. You have 5 minutes to get here, or there will be consequences. When I arrived, the room was a frozen tableau of judgment. Richard Barrett sat at the head of the table, his fingers drumming a steady rhythm. Alina's lips were a tight, disapproving line. Emma, Logan's sister, stared at her plate, avoiding my gaze. 45 minutes, Logan said, his voice sharp and unforgiving. You kept my family waiting for 45 minutes. I'm so sorry, I began, still catching my breath. I was in a crucial. Enough. Logan's hand slammed against the table, making the crystal glasses rattle. On your knees. I blinked, unsure if I'd heard correctly. What? On your knees, he repeated, his voice icy. Apologize properly to my parents. Logan, please not here, I whispered, mortified. His grip on my arm was sudden and bruising. Do it, he hissed. The cold marble floor bit into my knees as I lowered myself. His hand pressed firmly on my shoulder, forcing me to bow. I'm sorry for my tardiness. Judge Barrett and Mrs. Barrett, I stammered, my voice barely audible. Mrs. Barrett, Eleanor corrected, her tone dripping with condescension. Really, Logan, her lack of proper upbringing shows more every day. After what felt like an eternity, Logan pulled me up. Now we can have dinner like a civilized family, he declared. The next day at work, I hid the bruises on my wrist beneath my sleeve, but Alex noticed. During a meeting, he caught my arm. Danielle, my office. Now. Once the door closed, the dam broke. Everything spilled out. The constant control, the daily calls to his parents, the growing physical intimidation. Last month's charity gala, I choked out. Eleanor told everyone Logan was fixing my low-class tendencies. She said some people just aren't born with proper breeding. Alex's face darkened. Call Frances. She needs to hear this too. An hour later, Frances burst into Alex's office. One look at me, and she pulled me into a fierce hug. Why didn't you tell me it was this bad? Because it happened so slowly, I whispered. First, it was little comments about my clothes, my job. Then Logan started checking my phone, claiming his mother was worried about my inappropriate social media posts. He made me change my passwords and began policing my contacts. My friends, my independence, my entire life slowly eroded. Frances had noticed the changes long before I admitted them. He's constantly correcting you at dinner parties, she said, her voice tight with anger. Richard keeps reminding everyone how his judicial connections can make or break careers. It got worse. Last week, Logan threw out my mother's old recipe book, calling it low class after Eleanor decreed it wasn't Barrett family standard. Alex noticed the bruises first. How long? He asked quietly one morning in his office. 3 months, I admitted. It started when I refused to quit my job. Eleanor said working wives are unseemly. Logan said I was destroying his family's reputation. Francis gripped my hand tightly. Has he hit you? No, I whispered. Just grabs, pushes. He says it's for my own good. That I need to learn. I wiped my eyes, the memory of the Barrett family dinner cutting like a blade. Yesterday, when he forced me to kneel, Emma looked horrified. Later, she told me, this is what they do. They break people who don't fit their mold. You're not going back there, Francis declared. But Logan. Will what? Alex's voice was steel. Use his father's connections. Let him try. I've got a few of my own. I stared at my hands, remembering how they trembled under Logan's grip. I don't even recognize myself anymore. They're erasing everything I am. Then it's time, Francis said firmly, to show them exactly who Danielle Williams is. The weeks that followed were a careful dance of planning, documentation, and discovery. Francis helped me set up hidden cameras in the house. Alex connected me with a discreet security expert who found tracking software on my phone, disguised as a family safety app. During a secret lunch with Emma at a cafe far from the Barrett's usual haunts, the full picture began to emerge. You're not the first, Danielle, Emma revealed, her voice trembling. Logan was engaged twice before you. Catherine lasted until she refused to convert to Mother's religion. Rebecca wanted to keep her career. Mother made sure both relationships ended. How? I asked, horrified. The same playbook, Emma explained. Isolation, humiliation, then character assassination. Mother had Richard use his connections to get Catherine fired. Rebecca's family business suddenly faced audit after audit until she broke things off. Emma slid a USB drive across the table. The household staff has seen everything. Margaret, our housekeeper, even kept a diary. There's security footage on here too, things you need to see. That night, I watched the videos, my stomach turning with every revelation. Logan meeting with his ex-girlfriend Lisa in the garden, a rendezvous Eleanor had arranged. Danielle's getting too independent, Eleanor said coldly. Lisa knows how to be a proper Barrett wife. There were more. Logan sabotaging my client presentations by accidentally deleting files. Richard making calls to competing firms, warning them against hiring me. Eleanor spreading rumors about my mental instability at charity events. Alex guided me in building a wall of evidence they couldn't destroy. Document everything, he said. Every threatening text, every voicemail. Save it all. The household staff became invaluable allies. Margaret confessed, Mrs. Eleanor tried to make me spy on you. But I've seen this before. My sister didn't survive her abusive marriage. I began quietly moving money into a secret account using Francis' address for the paperwork. Alex laid the groundwork for my professional escape, connecting me with contacts in New York. Your performance reviews, project successes, client testimonials, all backed up, he assured me. They can't erase your achievements. Emma helped me map out Logan's behavior. He always gets more aggressive before big family events, she warned. And Mother's surprise visits, those are reconnaissance missions. Almost ready, Francis said one evening, reviewing our growing arsenal of evidence. Just remember, act normal. Let them think they're winning. So I played my part. I smiled at Eleanor's barbed comments. I accepted Logan's corrections. I attended every Barrett family function, all while the silent storm of truth gathered strength. Then Emma handed me the final piece, old family videos. They showed Eleanor systematically breaking her own mother-in-law years ago, using the same tactics. Be careful, Emma warned. They're starting to suspect something. Mother mentioned having Richard's friends at the DA's office look into your past. I squeezed her hand. Everything's in place. Soon we'll both be free. That night, as I watched Logan sleep, I felt no remorse. The woman they tried to break was gone. In her place stood someone stronger, someone ready to strike back. The annual Barrett family retreat was mandatory, darling, Logan announced one morning. 3 days of family bonding at the lake house. Of course, I said with a practiced smile, hiding the thrill of knowing these would be his last words to me. The moment his car disappeared, our plan launched into action. Emma arrived with a moving truck while Francis coordinated with the security team we'd hired. The New York apartment is ready, Frances confirmed, helping me pack essentials. Alex's team expecting you by Monday. My life was extracted from the Barrett mansion in a matter of hours. I left behind only a single envelope on Logan's desk, divorce papers and a flash drive containing some of the evidence. The storm broke exactly as planned. Eleanor's frantic calls came first, followed by Richard's threats, but they had no idea what was about to hit them. Lisa, Logan's ex, was the first domino to fall. Eleanor's manipulations had finally pushed her over the edge. She went public with everything: the arranged meetings, the plots to sabotage their relationship, the years of Barrett family interference. "I can't believe they're still doing this," Lisa told the social columnist at their Precious Country Club newsletter. "They destroyed my life, just like they tried to destroy Danielle's." Richard's attempt to silence me backfired spectacularly. When he tried using his judicial connections to threaten my new position, our evidence of his abuse of power went public. Former clerks and employees came forward, each with their own Barrett horror story. Logan's company received an anonymous package detailing his pattern of domestic control and harassment. Already embroiled in a gender discrimination lawsuit, the board couldn't distance themselves fast enough. "We do not tolerate any form of harassment or abuse," the company announced as Logan cleared out his office, his reputation in tatters. 1 year later, I stood in my New York penthouse, celebrating the launch of my latest successful campaign with the people who had helped me escape. To Danielle Williams, Alex said, raising his glass, our new global marketing director. Emma, finally free and thriving in Seattle's tech scene, joined virtually. "You should see Mother's face every time another social invitation gets lost in the mail," she laughed. Then came the call I'd been expecting: Logan. Now living with his disgraced parents, he had lost everything. His voice was raw, almost desperate. "Please, Danielle. I understand now. Mother and father, they controlled everything. I'm in therapy. I've changed. Just give me another chance." I let his words wash over me, the memory of that night at the Barrett dinner table flashing in my mind. His hand forcing me to kneel, his voice echoing with his parents' disdain. "No, Logan. You had your chance to be better, to stand up to them, to protect me. Instead, you chose to become them." "But I love you," he pleaded. "Goodbye, Logan. Don't contact me again." As I hung up, Frances squeezed my hand. "You okay?" "Never better," I said, smiling. "Some people think revenge is about making others suffer, but I've learned the truth. The best revenge is living well, succeeding, and ensuring those who hurt you can never harm anyone else again." "To living well," Alex said, raising his glass. "To freedom," Emma added from the screen. "And to justice," Frances concluded. "The story has come to an end, but now I have a question for you. What would you have done in my shoes that night when Logan demanded I kneel and apologize to his parents? Would you have refused and faced the consequences immediately, or would you have played along until you could plan a safe escape like I did?" There's no easy answer when you're trapped in an abusive relationship. Your safety has to come first, but your dignity is always on the line. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If my story resonated with you, or you know someone who needs to hear it, please like and subscribe. Together, we can reach more people who might be silently facing similar situations. Sometimes knowing you're not alone is the first step toward freedom. Thanks for staying until the end of my story. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Stay strong.